I want to bring in now Lieutenant General Tom Spoehr, a former deputy commander of U.S. forces in Iraq. Great to see you, sir.
You as well.
I want to know how many Americans were in danger and how it is that you missed two military bases. Did Iran get lucky or did they miss on purpose?
Yeah, so probably there's about 5,000 people total, U.S. service members in Iraq. And so at each one of those bases, probably no more than 300, 400 U.S. service members total. I don't think this is within Iran's capability to actually try and miss U.S. forces. These missiles that they used are not terribly accurate. They're accurate maybe to within half a mile. And so they are aimed at the bases. There was a good chance of hitting them. But there's also, I don't think it's within their ability to actually deliberately miss U.S. service members as well.
So did they just get lucky?
I think so, at least from our perspective. And I'm not sure what they're thinking this morning, but I think it worked out for the best for both of our countries.
And how does it work that the Iraqis just let that happen? I mean, did they know? Because they had more people, actually, from what you're saying, at those bases than we would.
They had these are their bases. They have many more people at those bases than we did. And this is their sovereign country. And so we hear that Prime Minister Ahmadi got a phone call from Iran ahead of time. Maybe that allowed him to warn his forces. I don't know what he did with that information. But you would think that Iraq would be even more mad than we are about missiles hitting their country.
And you've been to both those bases. Tell me what the lay of the land is when you see that that's kind of the close of this particular chapter.
Yeah, and so Al-Assad Air Base, where most of the missiles hit, it's a sprawling airfield kind of thing with maybe 5 miles by 5 miles. It would be very lucky, I think, to hit U.S. troops. But in general, I think what this...
For them.
Yeah, exactly, for Iran to hit our soldiers. I don't know what this means. I think we had some warning. I'm hearing that our forces had warning, allowing them to get in bunkers and things like that. As long as we have that, the danger from missiles is not terribly high.
So let's look at the broader picture now. The president has leaned into the wind of diplomacy. He's saying NATO needs to step in now and do much more than it has, maybe looking at exiting. When you tell us that number of 5,000 troops, how big of a difference would it be if the president pulled us out?
In the bigger scheme of things, not terribly big, but those 5,000 are making a big difference. They're continuing the fight against ISIS, make sure that ISIS does not raise its presence again in either Iraq or Syria. The forces in Iraq are supporting our forces in Syria, and they also help train the Iraqi security forces.
I have a quick last question for you. It had been reported that we had as many as 60,000 troops in the region. And is that number still accurate?
It depends on which account. And so forces at sea, perhaps, and aircraft carriers, Diego Garcia. Sum total, I don't think it would reach 60,000, but it really depends on how big a circle you draw around the region.
Yeah. That's what the president has in the past pointed to as our capability to react when we left Syria, to react quickly to areas. Lieutenant General Spoehr, great to have you on the program. I want to bring you back. Thank you.